Recently, in talking about the economic meltdown, George Bush was arguing against government intervention.
I guess the best way to describe government policy is like a person trying to drive a car in a rough patch. If you ever get stuck in a situation like that, you know full well it's important not to overcorrect. Because when you overcorrect, you end up in the ditch.
Well, I got news for George! George, we're already in the ditch, buddy. Everybody in Washington is patting themselves on the back about how quickly they've reacted to the economic crisis. Congress and the White House were able to hammer out an agreement on an economic stimulus package, and it only took them, about 4 to 6 weeks. That package is going to send about $600 to every taxpayer in the country. But then along comes Bear Stearns, one of this country's major investment banks. It only took them a Saturday afternoon to decide to hand over $30 billion to Bear Stearns. Just a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, they're working fast, bailing out their buddies.
The Federal Reserve has moved quickly to bring order to the financial markets. Secretary Paulson is supportive of that action, as am I. And I want to thank you, Mr. Secretary, for working over the weekend.
The chief executive officer of Bear Stearns, a fellow by the name of Alan Schwartz, must have been thrilled. He's been having trouble making ends meet on his $16.5 million a year compensation package. He was sure glad that the White House was there to help out, and I'm really glad that we could help him out. This is America coming together and helping the weakest among us in a time of crisis. Don't you think? Here's the real problem. The conservatives in the White House are insisting that government intervention in the economic crisis is the wrong way to go. They're ready to rely on capitalism, on market forces, the invisible hand, to take care of everything.
Do you have money jitters? Ask the obliging Bank of America for a jar of soothing instant money, M-O-N-E-Y.
That's why they're saying no to help that will actually aid average Americans. There's a bill in Congress that would help homeowners, some 2 million of them, who are on the verge of losing their homes and ending up out in the streets. There's another bill in Congress that would actually buy up abandoned homes that have already been lost, and get them back on the market and make them affordable for working class people. But the White House says no, 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 no government intervention. Well, as we just saw this past week, no government intervention unless you're already wealthy and powerful and well ensconced on Wall Street. All you have to do to understand who the White House is really working for is look at a little economic history. In every previous recovery from a recession, working people, have benefited by the economic growth that comes in between these business cycles. But take a look at George Bush's business cycle. The last recession ended in 2001. Between then and now, 7 million people have lost their health insurance. 7 million. And the actual median wage has gone down. That's never happened before. It's always gone up. Oh wait, it has gone up for one class of people. The top 1% of income earners in this country have seen their real wages and incomes go up by 35% in this business cycle. George is real good at taking care of the wealthy and powerful. It's the rest of us that he's forgetting all about.
It's sometimes when times are tough, it's much easier to find, somebody else to blame.
I don't know why people aren't up in arms and out in the streets about this. We're getting screwed economically. George Bush and all his cronies in the White House are favoring their wealthy and powerful friends, and they don't give a whit about the rest of us. We can get thrown out of our homes and land on the streets. They're not going to help because that's government intervention. Why aren't people out in the streets? Maybe they can't get themselves out of the ditch that George Bush has driven us down into. I'm Paul George. Here to tell you, Orwell was an optimist.